Welcome guys, back again. So we're looking into the third and the final profile shape. So we have covered the D profile, the P and the B profile. So today we're looking at, I'm not sure what to call it, whether we call it equidistant or equidistributed, or we call it narrow, or we call it thin, or we call it balanced. I just don't know. Okay, it's not balanced. As you can see from the chart, on our chart we have got this type of chart today. We've got this type of chart, right? So it's I'm not really quite sure what to call it. Right. So, but whatever it is called, the idea is that if we're in an uptrend or in a downtrend, the price is moving so fast such that we do not, or market movers do not have time to accumulate their volumes. So if whenever the volumes accumulate, it is such short periods, just like we have just highlighted. It's short periods, but those short periods we expect our market movers to defend them, as we have already talked about all these clusters, how they are important. We have already covered them in previous videos. So simply, this is the thin profile. There is nothing much to talk about, as we have already covered all the important things about volume profile. So let us look at it. So we notice that from here to there we've got a nice move of the market upwards, right? And then the market, this is the region which we're analyzing between these two lines. For people who are just joining us, this is the region which we have just analyzed by our volume profile, and we will use just this region to place our future trades based on the assumption that the market makers, smart money, market movers, institutions, I don't know what you call them or how you like them to be referred to, but these are the people who actually are responsible for the movement of markets. We expect them to defend their positions based on these volumes. So when market actually in our region, we actually see it comes into some sort of like consolidation. We come up, we've got market rejection there, market comes down, right? So this first cluster, this volume is already tested here, so we ignore it, same as this one, which brings us to this third one, which hasn't been tested. However, if you look at from there to there, the distance is so close, hence we neglect it based on the assumption that the levels have been tested. Okay, let me select my drawing tool. Okay, so as I was saying, that these volumes here are tested there, right? So we neglect them and we can focus on these volumes over here, such that when market comes there, we can trigger a trade, though it will fall and most probably hit our stop loss, and then the market then went up again. So we come to our next volume, this one, we come to notice that they're in line there, so which means it was entry and take profit right there. It would have been a perfect entry. From these ones, we come to our next volume. As you notice, this volume drop there this drop there, it is one cluster. So our next cluster is this one by itself, which is it the median, or is this the median or the VWAP? Let me just, I'll have to check with that later on. So we notice that this cluster is in sync with the, I assume this is the VWAP. It's within sync with the VWAP. We'll make a video about the VWAP later on. Some of you, this is the first time I'm actually talking about this VWAP, so let's just ignore it. So we look at this next cluster, this one. So we notice this cluster is right there, sniper entry, perfect reaction to the markets. The next cluster we come to is this one. So market has not reached there yet, followed by this one. These two clusters, market has not reached this, so we're expecting two trades on the pound US dollar based on these two levels. So we're now in MetaTrader, right? So let us look at this level. As you can see, what I was saying, it was sniper entry and our point of control. Notice in this video I didn't talk much about the point of control. It's because in the thin profile, point of control is not that much of a big deal. So we notice there it is. So we also drop down to this level. We're expecting a trade to happen at this level of the pound US dollar and also at this level. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is quite simple. There's nothing much to talk about. This is the thin profile, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and you learned something. Remember our rules: we do not trade the second retest. Once a level has been tested, even if the price does not reach our predicted price, once it's been tested, we cancel it. It depends on the time frame you are trading. If it is too close, you just delete it. Sometimes some people are using limit orders. I use limit orders myself. However, it is not recommended to use limit orders. Try and use something else. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Let's make money in the markets. Cheers. Volume profile. This concludes our study into the introduction to volume profile. We have looked at where to get volume profile indicator for MetaTrader 5. We have looked at the basic structure, looking at the D profile, the P and the B profile, and finally today we cover the thin profiles. These profiles, every volume profile, as you can see in the background, every volume profile is distributed amongst these four, though we group them into three because the P and the B are just exact opposites of each other. Next time we're going deeper into volume profile. Do me one favor, hit the subscribe button, hit like, and click the notification bell. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers. Catch you next time when we're going into the real trading strategy of the volume profile.